Hi, I was trying to name this video and I had trouble naming it because some of the subjects are extremely, uh, they're strange, they're just very new and very few people talk about them. I was trying to call it Catastrophic Success, or the other name would be Obsolete Humans. But these names, they're kind of incomplete because there is two, three different issues at work here, and they're related, but I don't know what to name all of them together. What I think is the underlying string that's connecting them together is that we are entering an age of technological singularity and decentralization of production, and just the information technology makes a lot of things available to many people. You would have never thought that this person would succeed in this field, or be able to produce this item or do this. um, well yeah, the technological advances allows production of many items through 3D printing that would be very difficult for a manufacturer. But there is a flip side to that. A lot of people, usually these people are like white, middle-aged, and they were doing very well in the old economy of manufacturing and production and distribution, and those sectors have kind of collapsed, but the industry is not gone. There are other modes of production through 3D and other ways of outsourcing, uh, but we humans are not, we are not able to like rapidly change ourselves. It takes us time, maybe 2, 3, 5 years to get a degree and get into certain kind of a job or certain profession. So when that collapses, it kind of breaks our heart, but it takes us time to adjust and move on and do something else. But not everybody can do that over and over again. And because the technological advances and the pace it has is gradually accelerating, so a lot of people, they're just not gonna able to adapt, or well, I was brought up in Iran, and I have been kicked around so many times, from place to place, job to job, or profession to profession. So for me, adapting, kind of scraping myself off the floor and getting on with it again, it is a lot easier than somebody that has had a very good life and has succeeded in the profession, and then that the whole thing has collapsed, and they just stand there and say, well, what do I do? I mean, I had a friend, he was a movie maker. He was a producer, and he had made very nice movies. He had made parts of Godfather 2, horror films, and the industry and the technology that he was in and the way he had succeeded had completely changed. And me and his girlfriend were trying to get him to start making films and videos, or even just become a wedding photographer or videographer. He couldn't do it because he had succeeded so well in that old industry, and when the industry died or changed radically, he just didn't know what to do. Anyhow, he passed away, but he did have a lot of issues with depression. But we need not be stuck in an old industry, and the way the technology is progressing, we are entering a singularity. and a lot of wealth is going to become available to us. But our problem as a human being is we, sometimes we don't even recognize this new wealth. What is it? For example, in the case of William, he had hard time, adjusting to cameras that were not film based. All the cameras now, all the video cameras are digital, and you can record a scene over and over a million times. There is almost infinite amount of memory you can buy and stick it in that machine. He wasn't brought up to be like that, and he was brought out to have a technician do all these things. Even though the machines that we have now, they have all the stuff right there, and you can just do it yourself. You don't need all these technicians. But it is more cultural and also more an outlook that I guess these people, they feel a tremendous sense of loss, but it is totally false, because there is no loss. There is more wealth is coming in. There is, but you have to be smart and adjust to this wealth and take advantage of it. Well, as we speak, a lot of markets are crashing. Many commodities are down the floor, and oil is looking from 30 to 20. What else is crashing? The stocks are crashing, and another thing is going on is decentralization. Once encrypted currencies like Bitcoin, altcoin take over, there is no counterparty risk, and also there is other technology to make stock exchanges or brokerages, make them into encrypted, decentralized public ledger format. Once that takes place, the only guys who will ever make money will be the shareholders, because all the top management, all the counterparty risk is totally gone. I guess, or we'll call this age the age of the death of the middleman. That's what exactly it will be. That many of these companies that were built up in the old technologies to be a counterparty risk, they're just not going to make it. But the investors or the little guys, they're going to make a fortune, because this money, this new wealth has no place to go but to them. There is nobody else skimming the top of the barrel for the good stuff, and there isn't nobody else. The counterparty is going to get dead. The technologies allows the information or exchange to be so easy and so riskless and so transparent that there is no need for those guys. Look what has happened to music industry, to the taxi industry, to currency itself. Like the money itself is becoming encrypted, and it's completely out of the purview of the banks and central banks. Well, you don't think this trend is going to continue when our computers are a lot smarter? And I think that's going to just continue. This wealth is just so huge, and it's just going to show up. But the other wealth that we are not getting, and we've been skimmed out of, is the appreciation in values of products and services and stocks that the companies they ride debt against, and they defraud us out of it. This is a kind of hard concept, but once the decentralization takes hold, this money cannot go to them. This new productivity, new wealth, whatever it might be, it cannot go to them. Another kind of wealth that's going to show up, this is the price of energy, because the solar cells, they are nothing but electronics and a little do that and a little this and that, little ions and a little thing. There's no significant money part to this technology, so they are just going to gravitate towards zero or close to zero. Okay, so what happens if the price of energy is gravitates towards zero and our cars are electric? What happens? That means that all this money that we are squandering on oil and gasoline, well, that wealth, we are not going to spend it anymore, so that means the wealth is going to stay right here. Okay, and a lot of other industries are dependent on energy, which is, for example, production of food, production of cloth, production of electronic stuff is energy dependent. So what do you think will happen when the energy prices collapse? Yeah, you get my drift, right? The other technologies that that are really radically going to transform our world is artificial intelligence, and you see some of it in call center software that answers the phone and does a lot of little stuff before it even gets you to a human. This trend is going to continue. This automation and software development is going to make production of products extremely cheap. What else is going on? Yeah, but there is a side effect, is that we humans, we are now very easy to adapt to these changes. I mean, I see kids and teenagers, they quickly adapt to these stuff because they have no cultural or work background. But somebody that's older, they have worked in the industry and they're used to a setup, when the whole thing collapses, like a lot of industries that have collapsed, they're just totally out of words. What do I do now? I mean, how do I reinvent myself? But the name of the game in this century is to reinvent yourself and take advantage of these extremely cheap technologies that make you extremely productive. I mean, you shouldn't think that you cannot compete with the very best of them, because just look at Hassan. I mean, an unknown, unemployed philosopher. I have a mass appeal now. You get it? All right. I will go over some more of my very weird ideas in the next video. Okay, and I'm gonna call this video a catastrophic success. All right. See you later.